Why are we being warned about terrorist attacks worse than we've ever seen right now all over Twitter? But even more, who are the ones that are warning us of this? I would really watch this video. I've been quiet for a few days and there's a very good reason. So first, what you see behind me is the Charlie Kirk Memorial, where they are installing anti-scale fence. This event should have about 100,000 people and they're going through an awful lot of work to keep it safe. And yes, everything will be unrelated. I think it's as no surprise that I tell you that America has not been very safe. School shootings, mass casualty events. Just yesterday, 3 shots were fired into an ABC building. Every day there's a bomb threat, which always seems to work itself out. You can read the words of this alleged UN discovery while I tell you this next part. We've had Putin, we've had Japan, we've had Turkey. All these nations come out against that country, that place in the Middle East. Surely you know the place that I'm talking about. What's very odd is Putin came out yesterday saying that he was stopping all high-level Satanism and taking their assets. We'll come right back to Turkey for some completely unrelated breaking stuff. So I want to remind you what's going on right now. Ever since the Charlie Kirk event, we've had many different narratives come up front, and certain narratives are taking the lead. And so with certain narratives taking the lead, all of a sudden we have all these warnings being pushed by certain accounts. Even going as far as to guarantee within 6 months we will see strikes on the US. Same accounts always seem to have some inside information. And at the same exact time, the president is now threatening Afghanistan. Now, we're not diving into the Kirk situation in this video, but we've had more audio analysis come out showing more than one bang, if you catch my drift. But these people seem certain that there was a green light, that there are many terror cells in the United States, as they say, and they're now telling us to stay vigilant. All while Russia, Japan, Turkey, China, and so many others close in on that country. And unrelated, it was exactly the same time as a terror threat when he came out saying that he was going against all the international Satanists and all of their assets. Who are these people and where are they? And 1000% unrelated, there is a massive boycott of that certain country from people not buying their food and their goods no more. It seems the world is losing their patience as they watch this never-ending conflict. And again, Turkey behind me is happening right now, unprecedented. Everything's on fire. Completely unrelated, but of course the fire started just a few hours after Turkey's remarks towards that country. Not related at all, just, updating y'all. I'll leave y'all with this. Be very, very careful and watch your surroundings, because certain people that always seem to know are warning us that terrific events are about to start happening in the United States. As if it wasn't bad enough already. Make sure you let family and friends know to stay vigilant. Life of a million coincidences. Look at the date on his chair. The power structure of the world has changed for the very last time. Think about all the WAR, all the conflict happening right this minute, how the world's changing right in front of our eyes. There is a new world ruler. In this video, I'll demonstrate to you how Rome is the foundation of the world, the Vatican, the crown, and the US. But the crown has just given power back to the US. One thing to note, who really has the power of the world? Is it the world leader? Or is it the ones that have dirt on the world leaders? Now look, before we get too far into this, don't make me your enemy for just showing you information. People always want to insinuate where you're coming from. I give you all information, I inform you, and that's it. So of course, this time and last time he was in office, he's walking in front of royalty. Why could this be? Why all the conflict and why are people making room? The date on the chair holds an awful lot of significance. So let's go back to that. So right here we have 1867 to 2017. I wonder what kind of timeline it is, but we do know who writes the history books. But in the universe of the spirit, there are certain laws that dictate how they are to enact. That wasn't planned. So what is this enact British North America? British North America Act 1867, like we saw. The British North American Act received the royal assets on 29th March 1867 and went into effect the 1st of July 1867. The act separated 3 territories of Canada, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick into a single dominion called Canada. Provision was made for other colonies and territories, British North America, to negotiate their entry into the Union. There are many things that happened this year, and a whole bunch of legislation tying Britain to America. And then what happened in 2017? In January of 2017, he was inaugurated. 1867 since 2017. You can't hide that he was walking in front of this royalty, and how all countries are opening up their way, and how other countries are engaging in WAR. I can't say too much, but what I can tell you is to read the book Secret Destiny of America by Manly P. Hall, because America has never been what you thought it was. America right now is first century Rome. The Vatican gave the power to the crown. The crown exalted USA. USA was stood up and then their leadership was switched. What we are living right now has been orchestrated for almost 250 years. Jesus said that his kingdom, his government is not of this world, and that Satan is the lowercase g god of this world. And Satan's children themselves are orchestrating from places, high places in this world you would not even expect. Believe nothing of this world, believe everything of God. This is the end of a timeline, the end of a season. What's the deal with September the 2nd? Jeffrey no longer blackmailing, Trump the king of the world, writing Charlie's name on artillery shells for what they're doing in the Middle East? Something is extremely wrong right now. The things I just said, that's nothing. Wait till we get a little bit farther in the video. I kid you not when I say I've been analyzing for the last 72 hours. And the longer it goes, the weirder it gets. Let's get into it. So let's start here. You may have seen this, how they had written a letter to Charlie and his family. It's their actual Twitter page, but they put the wrong date, but not once, twice. September 2nd, and also in the Hebrew calendar, the equivalent of September the 2nd. Wait till you see what I found. Here's it a little more clearly. And then there were many pages that deleted it and reposted one saying September 12th. So on a whim, I go to Charlie's page. I'm like, I wonder what's going on September 2nd. I get down to this. What is going on in Utah? Completely unrelated that letter to Charlie's family was dated on the 2nd. And all these articles with controversy with him showing up to Utah. And him himself posting it in the Middle East seems very divided on this controversy, because the Times of that Middle Eastern country are saying a bunch of bad things about Charlie right now. These are very real articles just posted a few days after what happened. Go read them yourself. The wrong kind of friend rethinking Charlie Kirk's support. And while this is going on, allegedly, I mean there's pictures, but allegedly, don't believe your eyes, artillery shells in the memory of Charlie Kirk. You know where those are going. The same place that there's a massive blackout right now, completely cut off from all society. And unrelated, you know that Charlie Kirk's dad, W.R. Kirk, is the architect who was involved in the construction of the Trump Tower? This part's wild. It really needs a double take. Trump was asked about that situation and look at his body posture.
And I'm wondering if you think if Charlie Kirk's assassin worked alone or if he worked with him.
I don't know. I mean, I can tell you he didn't work alone on the internet because it seems that he became radicalized on the internet. That's just by watching what same things that you're watching and hearing. It looks like he became radicalized over the internet.
If you have any discernment whatsoever, you can feel how dense that air is. Now, we do know that someone in a gray shirt took the camera that was directly behind Charlie Kirk. And yesterday I made a video about how they were literally building over where it had just happened. People said, no, you're wrong, it's just a memorial. The memorial was not decided yet. Take it out of his mouth himself.
This is the courtyard where it all happened. It's now open to the public again. There are a lot of people coming here, planting flowers, cards, things like that. The university is already making some changes. They're replacing the grass where Charlie Kirk was speaking with pavers. And there are several petitions online asking the school to make this into a permanent memorial.
Let me end this with asking you just a few questions. One, when have we ever seen a crime scene torn down so quickly? I can think of a few. And also, when has someone been facing the death penalty and not even flinch? For every one thing I said, there's 10 I didn't say.